Greetings, everyone. And welcome to June 1st, the final chapter of Monster Party.
Monster Party.
Monster Party. Monster Party. And yes, it is the final chapter of Monsterpalooza.
Yes.
2025.
Yes.
You know, we're still enjoying the con.
Yes.
But it feels a little weird because we know it's going to end. And I don't know how I like that.
No, I always get withdrawal. I always get sad after.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Me too.
But look,
Me
the
too.
day's just starting. Let's not be sad. Let's be excited.
Let's do it.
Be, you know.
Okay.
You know what? And here's something, folks. I'm making Matt very happy because what I did today on day 3, just to give us a little spark, just to give us a little pep in our step, I have kisses, chocolate kisses on our table that we're giving away for free. So it's like you get a flyer and a kiss.
It's an extra draw for people.
Yes, but believe it or not, it's been working. I don't know why. We haven't done this forever, but it's been great. It
people have been taking them.
And I wanted to tell you guys, I want to thank my lovely mother-in-law because she had all of this candy. And she goes, "Oh, Larry, can you take this?" And I'm like,
Wait a minute.
Sure.
Wait a minute.
My mother-in-law gave me these chocolate kisses. And so I have them here on the table.
Okay.
What's wrong?
All right. How old are these kisses? Have they been in the bottom of a purse since the 40s?
No. This was at the last Easter.
Okay.
Easter
All
holiday.
right. Just want to make sure.
They're not chocolate eggs.
Yeah,
No.
they're like they got like little
crispy
taste like
crunchies.
Nestle Crunch. Or
Yeah.
something.
So what do you think about that?
They're better
so
than
you
just
take
regular.
it back from my lovely mother-in-law.
No, I
You're thinking
love
it's like
it.
old candy. It's no candy.
I just look. I'm
Right.
just
She never
quality
gave me
control.
old candy.
I'm quality control.
Ah.
Why are
You
you
see-
talking about candy when
see-
this is supposed to be Monster Party?
Right.
Why are we talking
Right.
about how the
Off track.
creature didn't eat kisses
Yes, if
back
you're
during
just
the time?
tuning in, you know, we've had this discussion about it's this year. It's the 70th anniversary of Revenge of the Creature.
And of Hershey's chocolate, I believe.
No.
I read
They must be celebrating some kind of anniversary, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But anyway, it's been so it's the start of a new day.
But now,
right.
Larry, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you say something about, like, this was supposed to be something for me? And then you just said Hershey's. So this is like, I'm included in the people that will like Hershey's Kisses.
Exactly.
Okay, all right,
Sure,
okay,
sure.
all right.
Brad,
okay, well,
I
that's good.
didn't make myself clear. James, what do you think?
Yeah, James.
I think that,
Yeah, James.
I think the candies were a great idea because what we have in front of us right now are flyers. We have 3 different flyers, and we want passersby to pick them up and be aware of the podcast.
That's right.
That's a big part of the booth. That's why we're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know, sometimes people are kind of looking at the booth and they're a little bit curious and a little bit amused, but they won't come and get a flyer. They're shy.
Yeah.
So with the candies here, they're a little less shy because they want the candy.
Yes.
Yep.
So I approve
Smart.
of that.
I love it.
So
I love it.
grab V's flyer or some candy.
Get some
the thing
candy.
is,
like
yeah.
right now.
We guarantee it's
Going
not
by.
old. You're allowed to speak into the mic.
I was just telling you.
No, we
This is your first day, huh?
Somebody coming by to.
First day in show business. Okay.
So yes, it's working. So this plan is working.
It's
Yes.
working.
It is.
And
Yes.
you know, somebody else brought up, a number of people actually have come to the booth asking for stickers.
Yeah.
Stickers.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We got to look into that for next year.
Yeah,
We
we
get
need to get-
stickers of Hershey Kisses.
Oh, edible
That'd be
stickers.
cool.
No, not edible stickers. No, they're two
Why do you
separate
say
things.
no to everything?
I'm not no. I say yes to many things.
Yeah, but only things that you come up with.
No.
No.
That was me. That was a sneaky trick.
Oh well.
Yeah.
We're all pals here. We
Gosh,
bust
look
our
at this guy's- look at
balls,
this
and
guy's
that's what we
creature
do.
shirt.
Oh yeah, a lot of great.
Get that shirt. That is awesome.
Larry's admiring a passerby who has a cool
Yeah.
creature shirt.
sorry.
Somebody was thinking about the creature as they walked by, and,
Telekinesis.
and Larry
The telepathy.
caught it and went,
No, the guy had a great shirt of the creature in the Jeff Goldblum pose from Jurassic Park when he's lying down. And
"Yeah,
he's-
no, it was a
yeah.
great, it was a great T-shirt.
Come on,
it was a great
come
T-shirt.
on. You
It's
laughed.
kind of it reminded me a little bit of like the mud flaps, sort of too. You know, like the girl mud flaps.
Oh, yeah.
Has there been a creature version of that? You know what I'm talking about, right? No? So, like, on a truck, on a big semi,
yeah.
sometimes the mud flaps will have two
Yes.
sexy
Like a
girls on
silhouette,
each.
usually.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
The silhouette,
it evokes
yes.
the Burt Reynolds centerfold from Cosmo back in the 70s.
Right.
Oh my gosh!
I
look,
see.
A lady has another. There's another creature shirt. Creature shirt. Great.
Creature shirt.
Are you a creature fan?
No,
Do you have
she's
a moment
not.
to
She's
talk
never
to me
heard of
really
it.
quick? Really quick. You know what's special about
God.
this year, right?
The 70th?
Yeah, she
Revenge of the Great.
Wow! Yay!
He's only been talking about this the entire weekend, the 70th anniversary.
Yes, the whole weekend. These guys are,
Oh,
I'm tired of hearing about the creature, but it's a big deal.
Yeah, and
it
it's
is.
Do you like all three movies, or one's better than the other?
I like them all.
Yeah, me too. I do.
and you know the great thing is this something we can just talk about again and again. It never gets old ever. It never gets repetitive.
Well, thank you, fellow creature fan. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show. Well, what do you know about that?
I know that someone was wearing
a total
a
stranger
creature
walking
shirt.
by wearing a creature shirt and happened to
Kismet.
know it was the 70th anniversary.
what are the
hearing
odds
you
of that
talk about
happening at Monsterpalooza? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, but how many people like I'm a big fan of Keenan Wynn when it's his anniversary.
The Keenan win.
You know what's
Yeah.
going to happen in 5 years, right? It's going to be the 75th anniversary of Revenge of the Creature. And we'll be
Well,
sitting here
yes,
celebrating it in
that
5
is
years.
True. No.
Greetings.
This is great though.
Well, hey,
this is
we have another whole day ahead of us. So.
Yep,
Yeah,
we do.
so-
what do you
so-
say we get started?
Yeah, let's start it
Let's start.
now. Ready? And now.
So we're starting the day off, and we're here's yo, wait. This man has a beautiful shirt. Could you
Look at
describe
that.
what is this shirt?
Yes, this is Basil Gogosher's Frankenstein portrait from issue 100, I believe, of famous.
Nice.
That is
Love it.
stunning. And so, what is your
Beautiful.
name, sir?
I am Joe Colwell.
Joe. Thank you
Hi,
for
how you
stopping
doing,
by
Joe?
the booth. Now, are you a fan of Monster Party?
Such a fan of Monster Party.
Awesome.
I was
Awesome.
realizing the other day, it's like, is it Monster Mayhem? Is that like the very first episode? It's one of them?
Oh, worst monster.
Worst monster.
Yeah,
monster.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been in since then.
Wow. That's a lot of hours.
yeah.
Do you say that you save them or record them? I don't think you do
We
that
have
anymore.
we have the history of all of them on Libsyn. You can,
But I do.
yeah.
I save them. I still have them on hard drives, and I re-listen to them, the
Nice.
special ones and
Nice.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you never
And
know what'll happen.
You, the Forey Ackerman show,
Yes.
made me cry.
Aw.
You made me cry. That's one of my favorite episodes.
That was all serious. That was all serious. That was real emotion. And Joe, who was there, Joe Mo, who was there, he saw that, and he. What I did was very similar to other people who expressed the same feeling.
Yeah, you get very emotional. I mean, we're so connected to this stuff. I mean, it's such a primal part of who we are.
Jimmo was here yesterday. He came by. We talked.
Was
to
he
him.
really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then is Ted around? Foam fabricator extraordinaire.
Heck yes, he is. Yeah.
I need to go and see. We used to work together back in the day. You guys gave me a shout out on CARNOSAUR, so I wanted to thank you.
Oh, nice.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
That was a great episode.
Good. It was really
And
good.
Simon, yeah.
That was so fascinating because to have this young director, promising director, they're going to do all this great stuff, and then we're not going to give you that much money. But it's like this is typical of like a low budget films in Hollywood, and
Well, I only know it from the makeup effects aspect of it because I was working for John Beekler, who's a great guy, and I very much miss
the
John.
great late John
But
Bigelow.
while the big guys were doing a certain dinosaur across town, what we said was, let's get some sheets of foam. You have a soldering iron, right? Oh, this is going to be very good. This is going to be very good.
Some hot
and it
glue.
we were all very young. We were all in our 20s, well, except for John. John was the elder statesman.
Yeah.
And we just went and we just knocked it out and made a bunch of monsters. It was so exciting.
But what I like about that movie too is because, of course, you have the big Jurassic Park. That's going to be the mainstream movie for everybody. But you guys made a a nasty, hardcore, gory, R-rated approach to a dinosaur film,
For
which
the
is
people
great.
that were put off by maybe certain high polish or this and that and the other, it's like, oh, this is how
It's
I like my
this is the
entertainment.
this is the gnarly-
Anti-establishment too.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stay away from mediocrity.
Yeah.
It's like the punk
Yeah,
Jurassic
right,
Park.
right.
Totally, I would
well,
agree.
Adam, one of the things I felt that we did with that episode is we made Adam feel better about his movie.
Yeah, really.
He has
Yes.
nothing to feel bad about.
No, he
he's
said,
not.
because you remember
No.
after the movie came out, he hid for 6 months. He was like devastated, and I felt for the guy.
But it's like, first of all, you made a movie.
Right.
Well, these are things that you take them really, really hard. You take them
Yeah.
personally. I mean, and we all commit. Well, I don't know that we all commit. Don't do that, Joe. But people like myself, well, the axiomatic phrase that I always use is whenever you come into the studio, you come into the shop, who's the first persons you see and who are the last people you see to leave? And those are
Right.
the people that are in it
Right,
Yes.
for the
right.
lifetime haul.
Yeah.
And so that's what that was. That was very much earlier in my career. I'm at like 40 years at this point.
Wow.
I'll be dead next week. So it's a
Yeah, I'll be right behind you.
while the iron was hot. And by the way, my condolences about your papa.
Oh, thank you so much. I
I
appreciate
lost
that.
my father a long time ago, and
Yeah.
I'm so much older than he ever got to be. But I just wanted you to know.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Well, it's curious, just really quickly, what's interesting is this has happened to all of us. We do have these experiences with our parents about how they were supportive in
Yes.
certain respects,
Yes.
Yeah.
and about saying, it's okay what you're doing, and that was really helpful. Did you have that?
Oh, not at all.
Really?
Not at all. I'm from Indiana, and so the likelihood that some kid, the son of a mechanic, and a mother that was a seamstress, the likelihood that they were ever going to get out of Indiana and have a movie career, adorable. You're adorable, you are. But it was a question of just like coming out here. I packed some money together, rode across country on a bus, knew nobody out here.
Wow.
Slept on the streets for a little bit until finally my friend and mentor over here, Rob Berman, who I haven't seen in a bajillion
Berman
years.
Studios, right.
Rob took pity on me and let me work for free. He let me work for free in a very hot SoCal sun, cleaning out very heavy molds out of a black widow-infested tool shed.
Great.
So great.
A minute of it.
Showbiz.
No. Okay. So look, you've listened to all our episodes. Do you remember an episode we did called "So You Want Your Own Movie Studio"? And it was Scott Thompson, and
It was convenient parking with
see, no. But see, you're in the industry. You're like me. Hey, I'm a production guy, and it's like for these guys, oh, I want drugs on the set. It's ridiculous. Parking.
Yeah, no, it is ridiculous, but you're right. I am special because usually when we do this, not every picture has makeup effects in it, but every one that we do has makeup effects in it.
Right.
And when we show up, usually they let us go to the front of the line, so to speak. We tell them who we're with, and then they show us where we need to set up for the day because it's best that we get out of the way. Usually it's a bit of kit and equipment that has to be carried in, and then we get set up. But yeah, the parking's nice, Larry.
Yeah, parking.
So, what are there projects right now that you're working on? Any kind of cool
NDA,
stuff?
brother.
Ah.
And as soon as I can, we just finished it up this week. I will let you guys know.
Yes, please.
It's a very
Yeah.
fun thing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily monstery, not necessarily horror.
Okay.
But it's going to be very fun. Matt in particular, you will get it. You will dig it.
Ooh.
Anyone with a comedy background, that's all.
Very good.
Cool.
Well, I have to say something. You mentioned that Larry made you cry during that episode, and I just want to tell Larry that he makes me cry every episode.
I can see that. I can see that. Hey, at least he stopped calling everybody clowns.
Yeah, well,
Well, Matt and I had a talk.
I grew up a mime, and so that was so kind of next door, but didn't really affect me at all. So, just throwing that out there. Anywho's,
Now he just calls us clowns.
No, I don't. No, come on, let's
Sometimes.
be
But in a loving way.
No.
In a loving
also,
way.
compliments on the Bob Gurr episode.
Oh, that was good.
Inspirational.
Yeah.
He was.
I've listened to that 4 times in a row.
Wow.
Because with me, it's not necessarily like technique or sort of approach, but it's the mindset that you're in.
Yes.
It's the conception of it and what it can do and what it can't do, and you have to do all these factors in your head. Although he's way better at math than I will ever be, but I'm pretty good with shapes and colors.
But wasn't that amazing, though, that particular episode, he was so open to talking about anything. And the story he told about Walt Disney getting pissed at him, and then I didn't know about how he left Disney. I didn't know any of that.
That was a revelation. It was interesting to hear about Walt. I mean, I don't hear a lot of people trash talking about him necessarily. Mostly what I hear from people is, and what I like to hear, is that he would make you a better artist than you were before you came to him.
Right.
And that's the important thing, is the tutelage and the encouragement, and to allow opportunity for you to basically develop skills and become better, to help him out.
I loved hearing about Bob's life philosophy.
Yeah.
Like, that really was inspiring to me, and it's something that I think a lot of people in this day and age need to hear.
Yeah, they do. Well, in terms of just not going to one news aggregator,
right,
but going to multiple sources and try to pair it out or parse it out in such a way that it actually makes sense and not just kind of a confirmation bias.
Yeah, and not expecting life to be this thing that's geared toward you.
Yeah.
Right.
But on the other hand, he was talking about the Conan show and rigging that thing. And as somebody that builds something, to know that you took that big rubber tube and you used hula hoops.
Incredible.
And webbing to go off of these stays and stuff like that, and just kind of let it do its own thing. I've worked off and on with the Henson organization for over the years, and that's one of the things. Their approach to puppeteering is something that I've tried to bring into makeup effects, where their approach to puppeteering is basically letting the materials do what the materials are going to do to encourage performance.
Yes.
And makeup effects, by and large, here's the example. The example is almost under every simulation, you'll see there's a fiberglass shell, a substructure to hold it up. And that's the way it's been, and thus it'll probably ever be. Myself and Dan Riebert and Bertie Eichholz, certain other people, we like to deconstruct that and go and replace it with the materials that would be appropriate in the area to do what they need to do, plus things that are in a modular way can be replaced and moved. So that's why Bob struck a chord with me. It's like, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That reminds me of, there was a time when, I think it was my brother, he gave me as a gag or something. I'm very little. I'm like maybe 8 years old. And he gives me a bag of these little, like, sexy party favor kind of things that, the woman that you squeeze and then her bra comes down, the boobs pop out. And then there was another one, was a little hula dancer. And what it was just a bent wire that you turned, and it would make her do the little hula. And I thought, genius.
Yeah. Plus, like those little collapsible puppets.
Yeah,
When you sit and look at them, it's like, I get it now. It's a spring, and there's some string going through it, and it's under tension constantly. And as soon as you depress that, it collapses.
Yeah.
And then you like the robots. And those are just fascinating to look from a design standpoint, that somebody would like, okay, we're going to mass manufacture these, whatever the numbers actually are. How do we put this together? How does it still retain the edge of what we want to look cool, but also be a thing that goes together, which we don't necessarily do that now. There are a lot of very high-priced, wonderful display pieces, but you can't play with them.
Right.
Not too much.
But it all comes down to visually how it looks, how it feels, how it comes across, regardless of what's inside it. It's like, that's the ultimate goal. Is what's it gonna look like.
By the way, just getting back to the Bob Gurr thing, one of the things he mentioned about Disney that I was really impressed about is, I know he was, a hard ass, always pushing. But the thing about Disney, that organization when Disney was alive, it's like if he had people work on trying to figure something out, these were smart people. If they couldn't figure it out, it's not like Disney would go, oh, you're fired. He would go, okay, that didn't work. Guys, let's try and do something else, because they were part of a family. And how the industry has changed, and now it's like, if you can't figure it out, you're fired. You know what I mean?
Well, it's okay to fail, but most people don't think it's okay to fail. And then the ego immediately becomes a masterful part of that component of it. Because it's like, now it's failing, and I can't admit that it's failing, and I just have to keep pressuring this through. You can't be afraid to self-edit. You have to be able to go through, and don't let the material have that control over you, because if you have any mastery, or if you have any aplomb at doing what you're, 10,000 hours or whatever they say it is, you're just using a tool, an element, a material, something. Don't let it get the better of you. Learn what it does. Do a test. You don't have to commit to it all the way.
As they always say, kill your babies.
Kill your babies.
That applies to writing or anything else. I mean, absolutely.
Well, when we just had Richard Christian Matheson on, and he talked extensively about self-editing and rewriting, how important it was to the craft.
Shared a van ride with him.
Really?
On The Shining.
Wow.
We flew in together. Wow. And we shared this very uncomfortable ride all the way up to, what was it, Nick's Hideaway. We didn't stay in the Stanley. Servants, we don't do that. However, the bummer part of it is Joel Harlow, Academy Award winner, Joel Harlow and I, we actually went around that place because we were shooting all hours of the night, so we were looking for ghosts. We went and hid in the conservatory in the dark, and maybe it's that thing that we wanted to see something and experience something, and we never did. On the other hand, you're inside the hotel that inspired Stephen King to write the novel. Ha 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 ha. That was great.
Wow, that's cool, man. That's awesome.
And sometimes it's just being in the atmosphere is enough to. I'm very capable of scaring myself.
Yeah, easily, especially on a set. I mean, I should not be afraid of death and my own mortality. The amount of morgues and hospitals and graveyards and just night shoots where people are being hacked up, manifold.
I always wanted to do something in a storage space. Because to me, the storage facility is the scariest fucking place. Because, you know, during the daytime, everyone's moving their stuff in. But as the sun goes down, it's like a different clientele comes in. And then you have those timer lights that will suddenly go off. And the only light are a series of red exit signs.
Cabinet of Curiosities. That's one of the stories in there.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Because you have the history of people's possessions.
Sure.
You know, like, what do they hold? You know, like,
right.
And if each one of them is a repository for energy, a life force of the person that had it, I mean, how much collective energy is stored
like
in there?
Annabelle.
Exactly.
Ghostbusters.
Right. Well, speaking of Ghostbusters, I think that's the cue. I want to thank you so much for stopping by the booth.
So
and
good to
thanks
see
for
you,
listening to Monster Party.
Thank you.
It's so great, and I'm glad that you re-listened to some of these episodes because we put a lot into it. It's loads of fun.
Yeah.
They are. Thank you. Keep doing them, guys.
Thank you.
Guys, I've been doing those. Hey!
Hi, guys.
Oh my gosh! Guys! It's Mark Tavares.
It's our annual visit here.
That's right.
Love Mark Tavares.
You have a booth here,
I do, as usual. Yep, I'm very fortunate.
and you got some new things.
I have a bunch of new things. You guys should come by later and
Absolutely.
shoot some footage for your Patreon.
We will do that.
Yes.
I will come by. I will service you.
Thank you. Actually, I just wanted to come by and introduce a friend, a fellow Monster Partier, a guy who you would really like to talk to. I think this is my friend Mark McCracken.
Mark McCracken.
Everybody, so nice
Welcome.
to see you. Hi.
Welcome.
What a pleasure to be here. Wow, what a build up there. I better live up to that. That's
So, Mark, are you a big fan, or are you like, what's the deal?
What's your
story?
What's your deal?
What's your story, Mark? I got these 8 eyes staring lasers at me.
Perform.
Okay,
Do
all right.
something.
I'll look away if you want.
Back off, you guys. I'm good. I came out here to L.A. To do. I did MATT and Matinee. That was the first thing I did.
You're kidding, really?
I know, and
Awesome.
I just saw Rick Baker actually shook his hand and said he doesn't remember me, but it was fun. And then I landed at K&B Effects and worked with those guys and met this wonderful human being.
Oh, Mark.
Super talented artist and amazing person. So yeah, he and his wife Erin.
Now, so
We work together a bunch, and it's a lot of fun. And so
It's great. And
the Pumpkinhead thing, right? Okay.
Wait, tell me about Pumpkinhead. Tell me.
Pumpkinhead 2, Blood Wings. Yeah, I remember calling because I'd only done I think one the matinee or something, and then they called me over to K&B and they said, "Hey, we got to do a whole body thing." Anyway, I went to K&B and they did a body mold and I did Pumpkinhead 2, and it was a blast. We did these nights. It was just terrific hanging out with them.
So you were the creature in
I was a
Pumpkinhead
creature in
2.
Pumpkinhead 2, and yeah.
Awesome.
And
Did you do
That's
stuff
where I know you from.
what, for the video game.
So now
I did that and among other things. Yeah.
was it still Stan Winston doing the effects in that, or
No, that was K&B Effects.
Oh,
okay?
okay.
Because I know he
But they took-
directed the first movie.
Yes,
Stan Winston.
and Jeff Burr did the second one. Directed the second one. He just
Okay.
passed away. But yeah, no, this one was. They took. I think didn't you take the molds or whatever from the original for K&B?
They actually they resculpted the suit. No, they actually resculpted it for you.
For your body.
Wow, that's so cool. I
have to
never
say,
knew that.
I love the Pumpkinhead. Actually, I like all the films. There's 3 films, but the Pumpkinhead creature is a very unique, memorable,
Yes.
a great '80s monster.
Right, and from my understanding. From another convention I was at, there's apparently a 4th that's simmering out there somewhere.
Ooh,
they're talking about doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you still up for being the creature?
No, look at me! Look at me!
Can you still fit the suit? Because we're ready to go.
I might be able to still fit the suit, but would I be able to last in it? That would be a whole other thing.
Right.
You have the suit. Where is the
I know,
suit?
I don't have the suit. The suit is, I think, probably the remainders.
What, at Mark's house?
No.
Party at
At
Mark's
K&B
house.
someplace they've got it. You know.
Party at
Somewhere
Mark's
tucked
house.
in with all the other monsters that they've done and all
Now,
the creatures they've done.
how grueling of an experience was it working Was there any particular scene, action scene that was tough to do? Like, what was it like doing that?
Well, I was on stilts for a part of it. That was probably the toughest, not toughest, but that was more physically challenging. I do recall a couple of times because they had a poor PA holding the lineup for me, and the costume weighed a lot.
I'm sure.
It weighed not a lot, but it weighed a substantial amount. And then there was me. And I do remember in subsequent takes, I just kept getting lower and lower, and the stilts kept going further back. Back.
Wow.
So
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, right. Does it sound familiar? Oh, you've been at those parties too.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I've been around.
Yeah. So no, but that was tough, but it was night shoots, and so we always had to adjust ourselves for night shoots.
Right.
But it was, again, it was such a blast because the creature guys are the best because they take care of you always. There's always somebody there, and also too, when we're not working, it's a party. I mean, we honestly were called down several times on set for making noise off scuff camera because you go for hours waiting, and
Sure,
it's like,
sure.
and I'm in a suit. We're joking around. It's a lot of fun, and it's always been that way for me.
How long did it take you to get into the suit and out of the suit?
Initially, it probably took about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to get into the suit.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't but eventually we got it down to pretty easy to slip in, powder in, to get in. Getting out, it's the whole thing, because by then, I
sure.
sweated it to death.
Oh, my gosh.
Sticking to me, and just got to kind of peel it off. But it was fun. It goes for all of them.
There is footage of you somewhere, like dancing around in the suit, or isn't there a shot in the movie where they can accidentally see because they didn't have the stilts on you, so you're...
Yeah, that's true. Good point, actually. There were a couple of scenes where I'm chasing Amy Dolan's.
Right.
And
Who doesn't want to chase Amy Dolan?
as one would. I mean,
You don't
come
need
on.
to be Pumpkinhead.
Right. I'm not the first, I'm sure. So chasing Amy Dolan's, and I can't be in the stilts. So, but I did have my tennis shoes on. So there is footage of me Pumpkinhead, which is very much like the creature in Warner Brothers. What's the creature's name? The red Gossamer. If you remember, the Warner Bros.
Yes,
Gossamer is big, huge monster in tennis shoes.
In tennis shoes, right.
So that's what I always equate it with. And yes, exactly. So I was running around chasing her. And when they released the video, on the back of the video box, the promo photo that they came out with, you see it's me coming through the barn door. And they didn't crop out the tennis shoes, so you see Pumpkinhead in tennis shoes.
Pumpkinhead for
coming.
Nike.
Yes.
I always thought it was product placement.
No, for Adidas. Yes, for Adidas. Yes. You got to make
great.
that money somehow. Placement. But yeah, so that was that. That's
That's
a lot of
awesome.
fun.
That's awesome.
And yes,
So look, you did Pumpkinhead, and so are you still doing creature things now? Are you still putting in the rubber costumes? And
professionally or just personally?
Just in your spare time, you do like just a role play to keep things fresh.
Slow weekend. The wife's feeling frisky.
Yeah.
Why not? Go ahead, put on the Pumpkinhead
Pumpkinhead's
suit.
coming in.
There he is, baby.
Happy Halloween.
okay,
Who wants a
come on. See, a simple, innocent question. Thanks, Mark. Thanks.
Sorry. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, well,
So no, you don't wear the.
it's been a while. I have to say it's been a while. I don't know that I would say no, but of course, I am older now, and sometimes what they ask you to do is a little more than at the time. So but I wouldn't say no. And I have done prosthetic work though. I have to say, with a lot of makeup on,
cool.
on something, which I still like. It's a lot of fun. People get freaked out by that, but I love it. I think
Tell
it's
me,
cool.
tell me about some other things aside from Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead, some other fun things you might
Yeah.
want to know about.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, well, I was a polar bear. In Wild America, I was a polar bear.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, and because I had a baby, and that was Ed. Gale was. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I would just... Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, he was terrific too. Again, we were shooting up in Vancouver, up way north at Whistler, during a summer on the glacier that was up there. So I do remember being in the suit, and Shannon was with me then. And Shannon Shea, who's another amazing effects artist guy, worked KMB, and just terrific guy. And we were up there, and I'm in my suit. I'm on the glacier, and we're waiting as we do, and I have to pee. And of course, the one thing they didn't do is put a zipper in the
Design flaw, yes.
So literally, and I think someone has pictures somewhere, maybe video, of Shannon cutting a hole in the polar bear's crotch.
You don't see
And then
that
there's
every
a
day.
shot of me standing there as a polar bear. And Ed Gale is in the director's chair right behind me looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? And he's in his polar bear outfit too. So that was fun.
And on the back of the video box, there's a picture.
At the back of the
Yeah, right. Product
tie
placement.
this all together, exactly.
I'm available for
The urinal,
parties.
yes, exactly.
Exactly. So that was, but I mean, everybody's little stories here and there. I mean, what else? I did Danny the Bull in Where the Wild Things Are, which I thought was interesting.
Wow,
And
cool.
that was an interesting. That was Brian Henson's gang, and they
Yeah,
were terrific.
yeah. I like that movie.
Yeah, and Spike Jonze was terrific director. I do remember that one because I couldn't see. There's been a couple of jobs where I couldn't see at all. I did Outer
Who needs
Limits
to
with you guys.
see?
Who needs to see? Just tell me what.
You've seen it all.
Just push me somewhere and I'll just go that way, which is kind of what they had to do. And I remember
right.
we were in this quarry somewhere way north in California, and it was night, and I'm supposed to do this thing, and I couldn't see, so they're just like, go this way, go, and then some PA or something is like that, and I go and I keep going. I can't. The head's huge, and there's no audio in the head,
Everybody's
so
at
I can't hear the
Yeah.
cut.
You just keep
He's
walking.
I'm walking down the 5 freeway. It's night, right? And then, but that was another. Little things happen. Another thing where I couldn't see. I remember that time when we were doing Outer Limits, and I was the jailer. And another go, and I couldn't see, and I'm the jailer. I'm this huge monster, alien monster, and I just walk right into the wall. Go, boom, right into the wall. Right, Mark, place him again. Okay, ready? You got this. Give him the signal. Okay, ready? Okay, go. Boom, right to the wall. Poor Jake McKenna was on there. Jake's like, oh my God, really, McCRACKEN? Anyway, so I have little stories. I mean, things like that.
I
you know?
love them all. I could
that's
listen to
awesome.
them all day.
I mean, as you could tell, obviously, it takes a certain sense of humor to do this sort of
Yes,
thing.
right,
And this
right.
guy is one of the best because during my time at KMB, I've run into a few superformers who, start enthusiastic, but then because of the various strains put
Yeah,
upon them,
challenges.
it's not so good by the end. And you always had like a good vibe about you. And this is another thing that you've done in your career that's sort of monster performance adjacent. You've done the walk around stuff at Universal Studios.
Done crowd work, yeah.
I mean, because you're good at improv and interacting with people, and it's just getting to torture tourists.
It's great. It's a lot of fun. No, that's true. I started Universal. I worked there for about 7 years, and when they opened the Harry Potter attraction, I was one of the first conductors and wand keepers. And I love the crowd work. It's great. Because it is. It's like they put you out in a costume. You are in a character costume, and
Right.
and they let you do whatever. They give you the light, which could be trouble, but at the same time, if you know how to handle it, it's a lot of fun. So,
That's awesome.
You on the main street dressed as a cop when we ran.
cop. That was my favorite. Was a New York cop.
We ran into you, I remember that, my wife and I, and we're talking for a moment, and it's okay that you could do that, because obviously it's like at Disney, you can't break character or talk.
Right,
but
right.
At Universal, apparently, whatever, no big deal. And you said, excuse me, I have to go do my job now. And you ran after somebody, and we're getting in their photograph and doing all this stuff. So, yeah, that's really amazing.
No, thanks, man. Thanks.
So
Yeah.
were you an old-timey cop or a...
No, it was New York, but it was the way the costume was designed. It was kind of cartoony, but it was
Okay.
1940s. 19.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
so it was that
Okay.
style, and but they never really gave me any notes. They put me in the costume and said, "This is what you do. This is where you are. Go." And so you
Just
just
start
go and-
every sentence with "say."
Hey, you, where you going, buddy? Huh? What's that all about, eh? Sure, absolutely. And I did that for 7 years. No, so
You got to start somewhere. You
you
know.
got to start somewhere. I still haven't perfected it, but
No, but look, you do that, and then you're Pumpkinhead. Hey.
yeah, look at that. See, right? That's a natural transition, don't you think? You see the trajectory?
Cop to
So
pumpkin.
you're going places, buddy.
Yeah, am I? Thanks, boss.
Well, guys, thank you so much.
Chocolate, he says. Go ahead.
Have another chocolate. You've earned it.
Well, guys, thank you so much for stopping by here. I mean, I'm just so thank you for bringing
And
this
thank
guy
you,
in.
Absolutely.
Mark. Thank you both for what
he
you
is a
do.
fellow monster guy.
Yeah,
you know, I
yes.
mean, it's
Yeah.
like I knew we all talk the same language here. Mark and I talk about all the Mad Magazine artists and things like that, and this we were just talking about that on the way over here. So yeah.
Nice.
Well, we're gonna have to come over and see your booth because you got some new
I'm
artwork
gonna
there.
come torture you.
Definitely, come see it. Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks again. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. This is a real pleasure.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice. Hey guys, you know what's really neat is we're out here, we meet a lot of people, and then sometimes you find out that someone is just a really young and up and coming like writer or director or
That's
something.
right.
And
That's
so
what we love about
and so
this convention.
I have a young lady here, and your name is Sahel.
Yes, Sahel Parsa. I'm a brand new author. I got a published book last year called Dark Stories and Poems of Sahel Parsa. Sahel. And I actually could read one for you guys if you like.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, drip, drop, all my blood, look at all the mess you done. Death has come because of you. Don't look at me upon a frown, look at me upon a smile.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I
If
write
only
a-
you could have written my wedding vows.
I write like very horror stuff, and I write a lot of stuff inspired by Idaho, and I actually have in my book, I do have a lore from Ojai Valley. As you know, there's a vampire supposedly there.
Right.
And I wrote a little short story about it too. And I'm writing another book right now about Kate, the goddess. So I'm really excited. So hopefully that'll go well too.
Well, let me ask, if someone says, hey, that girl sounds really neat, where can they go to check out your stuff?
Well, yeah, you could go to Barnes & Noble's as well as the Author House. Just look up my name, Sahel Parsa, or again, Dark Poems and Stories of Sahel. And you can find it on Barnes & Noble's or Amazon as well.
Now, I'm just curious. What drew you to doing poetry and writing in the horror and the dark kind of style? I mean, what is it about the horror genre you like?
Ever since I was a kid, I always had a dark mind, I guess you could say. I always was obsessed with vampires and ghosts and everything and lore. And my whole life, I always grew up watching Lost Boys on TV and all that. So I grew up that way, and I just felt like connection to horror. And I feel like horror is like another escape kind of way, in a way you can say
Yes.
fancy, but also not fancy.
Right.
But it is some way escape for me.
Is it like kind of gothic horror, like you're into? Or?
It is I'm very into gothic horror. Not really. I'm more into like gothic horror, like vampires and like werewolves and such.
Sure.
I do watch some movies like Terrifier, occasionally and stuff like that.
yeah.
But I am more into like the horror, like Frankenstein and
Right.
Lisa Frankenstein was my favorite movie right now.
See, haven't we said, where were the girls where were you when we were growing up?
Growing
right?
up,
Yeah.
girls into this.
You are
stuff?
so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I try get into it. And I try to be, tell everyone don't, be someone you're not. Be who you are. Who cares what people think?
That's right.
Thank
That's
you.
how I think. And I say be yourself. And if someone has a problem, they have a problem.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you so
Larry.
much.
Thank you so
yes.
much for stopping by. Good luck to you. And hopefully,
Yes.
listeners, you want to check out more
And
stuff.
please
Yes?
tell me the name of the book again.
Dark Poems and Stories of Sahel.
Great.
Yeah. And I'm writing another book right now too. So.
Awesome.
We wish
Thank
you
you,
all the
Sahel.
best.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank
you.
you guys.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, guys, isn't it great when we're doing this? Oh, hey!
Hey!
Gosh,
Here.
friend of the show!
It's been great a number of times today.
Yes, it has. Look, we've got a group here. We've got Tom
Tom Frank.
And
got
Miranda
Miranda.
Frank.
Hey,
We come here
Miranda.
every year. We wouldn't miss it.
Yo, 'cause
Tom
you
Frank
love
and
Monster
Miranda Frank.
Party.
Yes, if you didn't catch that.
Yes.
Miranda Frank,
Well, it's
yet again.
I'm sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. Okay. Welcome to the Musketeer Club. But you guys are great because you guys went to Japan recently.
We did. We can compare notes because James,
Yep.
we were following his trip while he was there
Nice.
to a number of the same places.
Ah.
And we can have a more informed version of our yearly argument about the nature of collecting. And
right.
I
That's
love
right.
it. Let's go.
Okay.
What do you got?
okay, so to sort of recap, every year,
All of it?
you guys,
Human
all-
history. Go.
you routinely attack me as being a
well-deserved.
soulless collector who is only in it for viewing collectibles as objects with a monetary value. Whereas,
Somewhat true, right?
whereas the Monster Party crew views collectibles as being things that you acquire as the souvenir of life experience.
I
Yes.
don't know if I
yeah.
would put it in that way, but
But I can see, yeah.
but yes, that's true. And also, it's there are things that we enjoy, we touch, we love. We don't necessarily care if they're some of us care a little bit more than others, but whether something is valuable or less
Right.
valuable, as long as we like it.
But also, it fuels our passion. It's things
There
that
you go. What
Fuels
he
our
said.
passion for pop
But also
culture.
there's-
Say it again, Sean.
It fuels our passion for pop culture.
And I know you like sort of boots on the ground collecting
Well,
and the adventure.
It has to be more fun than the other way around, right?
It's like looking around and you go and
Digging
find
in something?
you find an old dirty store that smells a little musty, and you crawl on your hands and knees and go, "Ooh, what's that behind this box?"
I do agree with him. I know it's rare, but
And those experiences are worth a lot. You know, they really
However-
are valuable. However, like I feel like those experiences are happening less now because
you.
of awareness of the internet.
Right.
And you know, someone who has Action Comics #1 in their garage is not going to give it away at a yard sale
No,
for
I get
nothing
that. I
the way
get
that they
that. I
used
get
to.
that. Yeah.
And
Right.
like, look, you
you're
guys
looking for that kind of stuff.
you guys have all given me stuff that's on your want lists. And I found plenty of it on the internet, not boots on the ground. And I've
Okay.
said, hey, here's the stuff. And it's usually like not price friendly.
No, okay,
No.
because Tom, I've been searching for some of those things. You're all, "Hey, Larry, here's this internet thing I found," and I'm like, "Yeah, but dude, it's like that's like they know." These people who put it out there, they know they're trying to reach for the stars, and I don't want to pay that. And maybe it's better for me to look in that musty store.
But the stock of the musty store ain't what it used to be, I guess is my main point, even in Japan. And yeah, you can still find, you know, there's a term like chenille. It's a French term of like someone who explores things and finds them at the expense of the ignorant is the big term.
I see.
Of
Okay.
like someone who doesn't know what they have.
Right.
Oh, right.
Right.
Kind of taking advantage of somebody,
and
right?
taking advantage of it. And now you've kind of got the opposite of everyone thinks that what they have is a priceless artifact, is a holy grail.
Right.
And there's kind of this overprice and hold strategy of like,
okay.
hey, I will offer this, not just online, in stores, for a king's ransom, and
No, I agree with that, yeah.
if someone comes in to buy it, fine, you know,
Well,
but
that's
I'm happy to hold on to it as well.
That's reflected even in toy manufacturing in general now, because so many toys and collectibles are made now for the adult collector.
Yeah.
The limited edition, and you know, with this beautiful packaging. I mean, it's not made for a kid. It's like, yeah.
Right. There's sort of, it's pretty complicated because as I see it, there's sort of two types of collectibles. There's something that is not birthed as a collectible.
Right,
It's
right.
birthed as, for example, a children's plaything.
Sure, right,
And
right.
then it becomes a collectible.
Yes.
Whereas today, something is birthed as
You're right.
a collectible.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of birth, I just want to ask a question now. Your lovely daughter,
Who was born.
who was born, and so,
Went 22 years ago.
She was birthed as a collectible.
Yeah.
no, but I'm curious.
Limited edition.
No, you went to Japan with Dad. Was there something that you were trying to find?
I mean, in general, I was mainly there for the food because I had
God bless ya.
heard about how good you can't go wrong with Tsukiji Fish Market. How
Right.
good the quality of the sushi there is.
Yep.
It's like swimming in the water 3 hours prior, and then they like cut it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And the rice is warm. Every time I get sushi, like in Los Angeles or anywhere else in America, the rice is usually like as cold as the fish is.
Sure, right,
Yeah.
right,
But
right.
like in Japan, because they're able to make it right in front of you, the rice is like so warm, and it makes the salmon or the tuna, you know, whatever fish you're eating, it feels like butter.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
I'm like,
oh my
I
God.
completely agree, and
Yes.
and the quality of the fish too, the freshness of it, especially when you go to that fish market. I mean, I like my fish to still be processing what the fuck is happening to it. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I want, when it gets to be my sushi, I want there to be a little squirming of like, this wasn't supposed to happen.
They're talking about butter and fish is neat, but was there any Godzilla thing that you were looking for? Did you say, "Hey, Dad, I need to find that Poppy Godzilla" or something like that?
Well, we got a Jet Jaguar action figure to bring to the location, yes, in Tokyo, from Godzilla vs. Megalon,
That
the
house.
Blue Box house.
That's awesome.
No, you went there?
Yes, we
That's
went
so
there.
cool.
We went there bright and early in the morning. It was an amazing walk. We went to 7-Eleven and got like those amazing egg sandwiches. Those are so good.
Egg.
No, it
Egg
was
Larry.
amazing. Yeah.
Thank you, 7-Eleven.
But the Japanese 7-Eleven is just built different. It's really not like how it is over here.
Hell yeah.
But no, we went there and we held up the little Jet Jaguar action figure right outside.
Great
people
picture. We saw. Tom was showing us a number of pictures, and it looks. It's like a dream come true.
Did
Tom, I
the
can't
owners of the
believe
house? Did the owners of the house say, "Who the hell are these people? What are they doing?"
It was moving going there. You know, like
so they came out and went, "Oh, Americans again!" You know, or like what?
They didn't. No one was there. It was completely deserted. Other places, like Japan, is a victim of over tourism right now, since you've got the exchange rate and everyone's going to Japan. Right. But Blue Box House was not a problem.
Good.
You know, we didn't have people. You know, it's like a few miles away from here is the house from Halloween. Behind the bush.
Right,
you know,
right.
And you go behind the bush, and the grass is completely worn out. You know, because everyone's going there. Right. There's no worn out grass at the Blue Box House where Jet Jaguar was born.
This was another landmark on the like Godzilla bucket list of wearing my Mothra jacket at Tokyo Tower.
Yes, Miranda is showing us a picture because I know how much Matt loves this for radio. But it's a picture of her wearing a satin jacket, and you're looking up and you see a Tokyo Tower, and you're in like some cement stepped area.
This was the other thing.
Oh, another
picture. We're going to show another picture on the radio.
Just one
How
more.
many times have you done this?
I've done it a couple times because we've been here the last couple of years, but just this little gecko that I caught.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and that is a Japanese gecko.
It's
from
like a little
Japan.
reptilicus.
Yes, it is. And we love reptilicus.
We do.
But that is not the topic here because we're talking about Japan.
The topic keeps changing according to your mood.
No.
It was about food, but now it's not, everybody.
The subject is always how Tom is wrong.
Well,
Tom,
I want Tom to continue his thoughts about the collecting thing.
Yes.
It was a very informative trip in that regard. There's a documentary that's being made that's been in development forever called Mint in Box by a top-notch collector, Josh Frazier.
And you're part of this, right?
Mint in Box.
Mint in Box. It's about the Japanese toy scene. He lives in Massachusetts. He's a real smart guy.
Okay.
And he's got so much great footage, and it's really exciting and frustrating that this hasn't been completed yet.
Okay.
But he was going to go in like early September, and I talked him into switching his dates to coordinate not only with Miranda and my trip, but Super Festival as well.
Okay.
So he could get footage at Super Festival. And it all worked out, and it was really magical. And he wanted me to come to the Tin Toy Museum in Yokohama.
Ah, yes.
Mr. Kitahara, aren't you glad you went?
You know what? I am very glad that I went.
Thank you.
You hooked him up.
I did, sir. I was there back in 1989.
And it's a really interesting time for tin.
Tin toys.
Because tin is the highest pedigree of collecting. It's the oldest, the prices are the most expensive, and a large part of the stock has been static because it's had a high pedigree for a long time. You've had a lot of wealthy businessmen who have been nostalgic for tin, paid a lot of money for it, and have it, and now they're all in their 70s and 80s. So in the next 10 to 15 years, a lot of very significant tin is going to change hands.
I can't wait for that moment.
Yeah, when as Larry is living in his box on the side of the freeway.
Right. I have all the tin toys.
I got all the tin toys.
No. But it's what Tom brings up a
I'll
very
wash
good.
your car.
No. Tom brings up a very good point because it is true that that I have a big tin toy robot collection.
I heard something about that.
But the interesting thing is now people are throwing up these tin toys and they're rusted, don't work, and they're asking like crazy money. It's like, no, I'm
repainted also.
Repainted.
Big problem. I mean, Josh, he's got the black light glasses. He's got, it's like a wine connoisseur. You can smell new paint versus vintage paint.
Sure.
Wow.
New paint.
So forgeries are a problem.
Yeah.
And it's really going to be interesting what happens. Part of this trip, I was wondering, our taste's going to change. You know, you look at art history and, you know, something that was valuable for one generation
That's true.
doesn't hold the same value for the next generation.
Right. Very good point.
Like all those people who collected Johnny West or Western stuff. That's not big anymore.
Exactly, but it's a complicated time. It's tough to predict. It's tough to categorically say that a younger generation is not going to care about tin toys or anything, because the nature of nostalgia itself has changed. In that, like, if I say to you guys who are experts on something, I say, here's 20 anime shows. You know, 5 were made this year, 5 were made 5 years ago, 5 were made 10 years ago, 5 were made 20 years ago. I probably couldn't tell you which was which. You know,
right.
Like movies, like did this movie come out yesterday or 5 years ago? Like there's so much content now.
Right.
You can't have the bias of now that previous generations did.
Also because of literal time passing in history, we have pop culture trends upon pop culture trends upon pop culture trends. Now, because there's more time, there's more generations of things just coming out. So, think about it, like from toys and collectibles from the first toy. I mean, there's so many stages and levels and phases and eras now of so much stuff.
Yeah.
You're right. It all kind of merges together.
Well, and there's different kinds of nostalgia too. There's the nostalgia for something that you lived through.
Right.
You know, a toy that you had as a kid or something like that. Or something that is old, you want to collect it because it's an old, rare thing, or it's unusual, and that could be something that was created 20 years before you were born.
But like we used to be at the mercy of what was on Saturday morning, what was on after school,
right?
And like, look, Miranda's a huge fan of your podcast. Okay.
What?
Rightfully so.
She has been since she was a
great
kid.
taste.
I'm sure, like
she's into most of it.
Yes. But all I'm saying is, like, a younger person could be could be turned on to something that you guys talk about.
We hope.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
That is not germane to their generation.
Right. Not at all.
I'm going to say I'm a bit biased, though, because I've always been an old soul. So maybe if there are the younger generation out there, they might need a little bit of coaxing, because I always try to talk about, how the legacy of Godzilla, how it started in, the 50s. And they're like, oh, wait, you mean the one with Millie Bobby Brown?
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right.
amazing.
You're right, though. But you're right.
I know, it's so crazy
I know,
that is considered old.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's so much more than that, and then he started, as a metaphor for the atomic bomb,
Right,
and
right.
and
became
a lot
a
of people
friend
are
to
like,
children, then became
Yeah,
something else.
yeah,
And it's the nature of media now and how we get it, because
Yes.
Right.
back in the day, because there were only 4 channels, we watched everything because it was
Yeah.
on.
Right,
And so
right.
we were almost forced to get this great film history class.
We ate it all
Oh,
up.
yeah.
I watched everything.
Yeah.
And now when you can pick and choose so easily and there's so much content, the idea
Yeah.
of getting even someone to watch a black and white movie, or God forbid a silent movie.
Yeah, no, I feel like that has something to do with phones and social media and how
Big
people
time.
just have
Technology.
short attention spans. Like, oh, I need
Absolutely.
to scroll through something in order to get good content.
Right.
Like,
But also there could be like hipster nostalgia as well.
Sure,
of something can come back because
Yeah.
it seems
Sure.
cool vintage-wise, and that can take off as well.
But also,
I mean,
Miranda used a word that I hate too, which content.
yes.
Sean doesn't like the
I'm
word
sorry I
content.
said content,
Yes,
Sean.
sorry,
Miranda
Sean.
said it.
Yeah, but
I think I've said it a couple times. I
People look
didn't
at
know I
things as
angered
content
you.
and
So-
not art.
Super Festival, I met this kid who reached out to me on Instagram. His name is Anakin, and you can tell his dad was a big fan. But he's
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Macau. He's a very serious collector. He's only 24 years old. Everything that he collects is before he was born.
Interesting,
But he
yeah.
came
That's cool.
to Super Festival.
Yeah.
So I am, Tom. I am curious. So you guys go to Japan. I know you're Mr. Internet and whatnot, but it's like, did you find anything that you've been looking for?
No, well, let me explain. So, in terms of new toys that are being made, there's one category, like you've got brand new toys of brand new stuff, but you've also got what I sort of call faux vintage of a
Right.
type of toy that looks like a bull mark, but is made now
Yes.
and is of a character that's not then. And, Metacom is sort of doing both. they have Bear Brick, which is the hip, cool street stuff, but they also have a really extensive faux vintage line of vinyl toys. And they did some scaled up versions of the Bullmark Kaiju diecast toys. The diecast.
Yeah.
I have all of those.
Okay. And there was one, they did a jumbo size Mechagodzilla,
Oh.
centimeters, and then they did like 9-inch tall Gigan and Ghidra, and I thought
Wow.
the Gigan was gorgeous, and I'm sorry, I found it online, and I had my agent get it, so I got it while I was in Japan, but that doesn't count as going to Japan and finding a toy,
Sure.
because it was already paid for. Here, I'll show it to you. That's it.
Oh, wow. So now he is showing us the picture, and it's gorgeous.
Let me describe.
Yes.
So it's
Because my
black
description.
binder.
Yes. No,
with some reflective
yeah. So no,
photographic
He didn't
pages.
want photos.
no, he did.
Seeing on the
And-
Randy gives me crap all the time.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yes, yes, but it is a beautiful toy. But what I love is he's got a book that has pictures of the experience and of the toys. Now, but the big question is, we know that you have this very special toy that was under lock and key, and you're saying, oh, I don't want to even have it displayed because the toy police or the toy mom might get you. What? Come on, don't you think you should have that out to show people?
Well, I mean, there was a long video interview with me, which featured it, the Magnificent World of Toys. It came out last April, and there's
Right.
a big profile on that. And you can see it there. I had displayed it for a long time. I hand sculpted a replica of it,
Nice.
which I still have around, and I look at that.
So wait. So you have a fake one in case someone comes in? Oh, there it is.
A
Okay.
fake one.
The real one is hidden, is in the box that says old tax documents.
See, but I'd love, it's like
Rotting meat.
no, Sean, Matt, and I, we've all been on Collector's Call. I would love to get you on Collector's Call.
Did you ever contact them, or did
They
they
weren't
con-
interested.
They weren't
interested?
Really?
Huh. I
Not
wonder-
really.
How is that possible?
I swapped emails. They don't like. She doesn't understand how large these toys are that I collect. So she said, "How many do you have?" And I said, like 150, and that sort of sounded like not a big collection. Because people have just shelves and shelves full of small things.
Right.
And so one thing that I did is I took a photo of every known specimen of this toy, GARADA K7, and
That's your lead.
I showed it to experts, and we figured out some of the provenance of certain specimens.
Okay.
And the most famous specimen was the last one that came up. It was on Yahoo Japan. It was shooting up in price, and then it got pulled. About a year later, Mandarake got it, and they put it up for auction, and it went for like $220,000.
Right.
Jeez.
Okay, so I know where that one went. Okay, and Josh Fraser's documentary was sort of following that, and he knows where it went. And all I will say is it did leave Japan. Okay,
Ah,
and
okay.
there is kind of a bad taste when artifacts leave the country that they're from. Even like not in a looted thing, I'm not talking about like Greek sculpture, where the Getty has it and they want it
yeah.
back, or
Right.
or Jewish art from Paris
Sure,
in
no,
World War
I
II,
get it, I get it, yeah.
or Napoleon. But like, in terms of the documentary, this was the winner was not like what you would consider a big toy scholar. It was someone who had a lot of money and wasn't Japanese, and it didn't really suit the way to end the documentary that way.
Huh.
You're right.
It wasn't like, hey, this is a feel-good thing.
Right.
So at Super Festival, I went with Miranda. I hadn't been since the 90s. It was Super Festival 89. I showed the people there my badge from Super Festival 12, and that freaked them out. But afterwards, Matt Alt, the great Japanese
Sure.
culture historian,
Love him.
Author of Pure Invention, Pure Tokyo Scout podcast, he is a really great translator. And he offered to take me and Miranda to meet Koji Igarashi, who's the preeminent toy scholar in Japan. And so we had dinner with him. Josh couldn't go with us because Josh was talking to someone and they said, yeah, there's a super collector who's not too far away. Why don't you go? And they decided to go film him while Miranda and I were having this dinner with Koji Igarashi. Now, I prepared my ass off.
And were you
for this
recording
conversation.
this?
No.
No. Okay.
But I've got photos and I got some video.
Okay.
Because he was sort of like, he just answered all of my questions
Wow.
that I'd been preparing for decades.
Nice.
And we went
What's a
over
big
this
one?
provenance.
What's a big one that he cleared up for you?
We put a nail in the coffin of the myth that in 1984 there was a low quality Jumbo Machinder type God Mazinger toy produced by Mark. You know, and I had the photo of the Japanese dealer from the 90s that told me the story, and he pointed at it and he says, that guy is a pathological liar.
See, that's
Okay.
good TV.
Yes. So while we are having this amazing dinner, Josh Frazier is at this unknown super collector's house filming and taking photos. And he is sending us pictures of the single best Japanese toy collection I have ever seen in my life. And, if that sounds like hyperbole, keep in mind, at the time, I'm having dinner with Matt Alt and Koji Igarashi, who are both in agreement with me.
Yeah.
And at that time, he shows me a picture of a specimen of GARADA K7 that I've never seen before.
Wow.
He has one. And it was just like, you should love this, because this is just an old guy who's been in Japan and has been boots on the ground hunting and getting this stuff because he has a true passion for it.
There you go.
And I'm sure he got good deals on it. And it was such a feel-good story.
That's great.
In my fear of these whole, this trip, I'm like, yeah, I hear Japan's really been picked over and tastes are changing. And it was just like, is posterity going to be unkind to these toys? Are we on the tail end of it? Are me and these old guys, few guys left, going to be the few people who care about it and it's going to be forgotten by the younger generation? And that kid Anakin, and just seeing these toys, you would like this in terms of, he's got plenty of stuff in storage, but the display cases on this, it was just no drop-off in pedigree or condition, or it was just brilliant.
Wow, so it's like toy collecting paradise.
But the one thing I've learned is, Tom, we're going to have you and Miranda back for a real show. And as a matter of, if you guys are going to Japan again, in what, do you think October or September?
We have no plan at this.
Okay, you have no plan. Okay, but we've got to do another show, don't you think?
Yes, we do. And before you wrap this up, Larry, I have some questions about this dinner that you had with this man. What'd you have? What was
was the rice warm?
Was it a sushi, a fresh sushi, or a teriyaki, or?
Sure.
Was Miranda there?
Miranda was.
What'd you have, Miranda?
Oh, Miranda, what did you?
I had some, I think it was salmon sashimi, and we also had pork.
What was the condition of the salmon?
I think Tom has a photo of the food. Yes, he does, and he is showing it us, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
We'll be posting this on our social media.
Before I go any further, James, I know you've been dying. You've been chomping at the bit to ask Tom a question about his trip, right?
Well, this collection that was in this amazing collection that was in these display cases.
Yes.
What compromised most of the collection? What was the gist of it?
What it covered was mind-boggling. Like tin, vinyl, jumbo machinders, wind-ups. I've got the pictures. I'll show them to you.
And lots
It's
of
great for radio.
Yes, lots of tokusatsu, golden age kind of stuff from
here,
every
I'll give you an example. The prototypes of jumbo machinders were supposed to be 100 centimeters tall, and that was deemed too big. And because it could crush a child, and they were
is that necessarily a bad thing?
And they turned them into store displays. The first two was Mazinger Z and Kamen Rider V3.
Right.
So there are store displays out there of what was supposed to be the prototypes of jumbo machinders. The Mazinger Z also became a magazine prize, like if you mailed in stuff, and it's been reissued twice.
Ooh.
Okay, and it had a flag, and it's super rare, but they're out there. Okay,
Do you have one?
I don't.
Oh.
The Kamen Rider, the Kamen Rider V3 is far more rare.
Okay.
Okay, it never
And you
shows
have
up.
that?
I don't have that.
You don't have that either. Okay.
Well, you know, no, we joke. We joke.
I don't think you're interesting on this show anymore.
No, Miranda.
My dad, the poser.
No. You got a cool dad.
Yes.
In this,
In conclusion,
was a Kamen Rider V3
Shut up.
store
Let the
display.
man talk.
It was a store display, and it had the box. And it's just like, this thing
Oh,
came in
now
a
he's
box.
back.
Like, yeah. But first version, Pigmon, it was just tins beyond.
Sounds amazing. I mean,
It is.
Maybe this guy like traveled through the multiverse and just got access to all this
He's
stuff.
been like beneath the radar. It's
Right,
just
right.
like,
That's the
you know,
coolest thing.
Kitahara's got this show. Igarashi, we looked at it. He said, I don't know that guy. And
You sure you didn't dream this? Like you like fell asleep and just dreamt?
Is his name the Doctor?
No. But again, guys, you would agree with me that we need to have these two back for a regular.
Yes,
course,
Larry.
yes.
We'll end this now.
Okay.
Okay? Are you happy?
No, I'm just saying.
Bye.
This is
Bye, Tom. Bye, Miranda.
Tom is wrong.
Why are
part
you still
5.
here?
No. Miranda wants to say.
The show's over.
No.
But I just want to say, because it's been a while. If we're gonna end it soon, Larry, we should talk about how has the con been for you guys? Because I'm
Thank you.
She's throwing it back to us. See that?
I'm a little tired of Japan talk right now.
Yeah.
Hour, 10 minutes.
No, this is what I've been hearing for the past like 3 months. So I'm gonna
You
say
are a breath of fresh air.
thank you, Matt. No, I just wanted to catch up with you guys because it's been a while since I've been at a convention like this. So
It's delightful to see you.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you. It's
I wanted
delightful
to
to
know
see you too.
How is everything? How's your artwork? How's everything going?
Well, I'm sorry. There's going to be another photo here.
Okay,
Matt.
I'm
You're
gonna
going to have to
get
bear
all
with
my
me.
descriptive skills here.
Yeah,
She's
it's
got a
She is
blue
bringing
phone.
out a
I just-
picture. Sorry, Matt.
It's all right. No, we're gonna make this fun. Okay. Yeah,
I
she's
just-
tapping away, and the tapping is almost like a tap dance.
I just got a photo with Doug Jones.
nice.
Artwork that I did. It was all graphite pencil.
That's
Very,
awesome.
very
Oh,
beautiful
My-
pencil
My
work.
3 favorite characters: the Fawn, the Fishman, and
Pan's
the Angel of
Labyrinth.
Pan's
Death.
Labyrinth.
Yes, beautiful film.
Amazing work, and you just
Thank
get
you.
better and better and better.
That's right. That's
Thank
right.
you. I'm practicing. I actually want to run this by you. I'm making for my advanced digital sculpting class at school, because I'm in my last year. This is one of my electives. But I'm making first of all, we're using ZBrush, which is usually organic.
I learned about this for the first time this show.
Yes, no, they have a booth. Check it out. It's the Maxim
Yeah.
booth if you're at Monsterpalooza. But it's a robot King Ghidorah. It's like a full...
From '83. It was in the Tel Aviv magazine.
Ooh.
Like the Gundam designer. Okiwara did it.
Yeah, there's a very famous painting of it, which is my only reference. Unfortunately, there aren't many photos of it. But I'm making a 3D model of it. And I want to know if we are able to 3D print it. Would you guys want one?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Gee, let me think about that.
When do we ever say no to anything?
When my dad sent you the killing bottle. That's when you said no that one time.
No, we didn't say no. We didn't say no. We said wait.
That's right. That's awesome, though. I mean, 3D printing stuff, man. That's
Yeah,
very cool.
thank you. No,
That's very cool.
it's definitely tricky because I'm so used to sculpting in 3D like monster stuff. Well, first of all, making monsters in general is like my dream job. Like you couldn't pay me not to make monsters.
Right.
But I'm really getting used to like using the tools to make hard surfaces,
Cool.
which is interesting. But the character is organic because he's a 3-headed dragon.
Right.
So I'm able to kind of cheat a little bit of like, oh, this is a neck, but it's got all of these like parts and rivets to
Sure,
it.
sure.
So,
Cool. That's cool.
yeah.
And that's one of my favorite kaiju.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
My
yeah.
top 2 are King Ghidorah and Hedorah.
Yep.
Oh,
Great.
Hedorah.
Scholarly book that just came out about the Ghidra the Three-Headed Monster, about the movie itself.
Really?
In
English?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow.
And there's a book that we're getting on Invasion of the Astro Monster that was in Japanese that has never before seen photos and
Nice.
James and I, our favorite movie.
Yes, James, what do you think?
it's pretty awesome.
My favorite movie too.
I have to get it.
I'm in.
Well, this
We're
has
in.
been great.
This,
hasn't it?
it's great.
It's
So
been
I just want to know, so what
no, we
other
talked about
travels have you
food.
met?
No, we talked about food. Look, because they're here at Monsterpalooza, they spend a lot of time with us, but I know they want to get out there and
This is his other
No,
way to
no,
wrap up
no,
the thing, where he goes,
they
well,
wanna-
the whole con is closing down, so you might want to...
they want to see.
Oh, look, there's a sale over there.
No, they look. We don't want to monopolize on all of their time.
Playing the piano like the Carson show.
It's like the Oscars
We start
and they
naming
start
movie
playing
quotes.
No. Oh, wait a minute. You were listening
There's
to the
a
movie
Garada
quote.
K7 over
Hey,
there.
wait a minute. You listened to the movie quote thing, right?
Yes.
Got a lot of them right.
No, you were with your mom. You said you were listening to with your mom, right?
Well, we were listening to it together, but I mentioned it to my mom because she introduced me to Phantom of the Paradise.
Oh,
So I got the Phantom of the Paradise quote of, "Can't you feel the vibes in your own house? Cincinnati to see my mother."
Nice.
I love that movie. I could quote it all day.
Sport, real bad.
And isn't it amazing when we hear Miranda say, "You go, well, where were you when we were growing up? The
I
cute
know.
girl that hey,
It's a perfect
always."
example of like a certain generation fan being into something that was way before they were born.
Well,
you know?
I had a similar kind of epiphany or moment like that where I'm like, oh, I'm like the youngest person in this crowd of people basically enjoying this, was when, you guys would know this, I went to a live performance with my dad over here of Dr. Z.
Oh,
And as soon as I went in, I'm like the youngest person in this audience.
He does get an old crowd. That is.
Yes. No, I've been listening to that, that show, in the background whenever I'm doing something because I always laugh. It's always
great.
the best.
No,
yeah.
he's...
No, we love Dr. Z.
We
And,
love
you know,
Dr.
and
Z and
what-
we
what-
love
what kind
his
of-
manager, Dana Gould.
And Matt, what kind of food does Dana Gould like to
Best
eat?
episode of Dr.
Okay, we don't need to. Yeah, see, what kind of food does Dr. Z like? Okay.
Cool. Who's that?
Yeah, see, it's Dr. Z. Okay. Well, but you guys are amazing. You guys are fantastic.
But you have to go. So,
No, I want to thank you guys so much for spending so much time with us. It is an
A
absolute
lot of
joy
time.
to
lot
it's an
of
absolute
time.
joy to talk to you guys. I mean, I want to hang with you guys. Maybe
Just not very
I
long.
think we just did.
if we
The
could do
last
it-
3 minutes will be him
10
saying,
minute
"Okay,
chunks.
so."
Yeah.
No. We should get together.
Tom War and Peace, Frank.
No, but we got to do another show. We got to
Yes,
hang
we
out,
will.
do some
That would be
cocktails.
great. That would be great.
Yes.
Let's do the show proper. Yeah. let's-
Thanks, guys, so much.
But guys, thank
Okay.
you so much. We love you both. Thank
Okay.
you, Tom Rent. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We love you guys.
And out.
You know what, guys? There's so many creative people here at Monsterpalooza. That's like artists, and there's all kinds of other creative people and people who love comics. And here we have someone right here. Hey, buddy, what's your name?
Paul Scarlata.
Hey, Paul, come on over here. Now, you're working on some like kind of animation thing?
Yes, I'm working on an independent horror film, an animated horror film. I've worked in animation for about 30 years, mostly in primetime TV comedies. But my heart is in horror.
Like that, what are some of the ones that you've done?
King of the Hill, Family Guy, American Dad, Regular Show at Cartoon Network.
So you are a real guy.
real
you
deal.
I've heard
you
of
are
those
in the
shows.
real business.
I am, yes. I've worked in animation for almost 30 years. I've directed 17 episodes of half-hour television.
Nice. Wow.
So I have, I'm a proven director. I know how to manage a team. I know how to manage schedules and artists and, creative resources.
So you know what you're doing, and you love horror.
I do love horror, and I like to convince, or fool everybody into thinking that I know what I'm doing.
But you're working
I
on
know the
this,
feeling.
No, but you're working on this interesting project.
Yes, I've been. I wrote a feature-length horror, young adult horror script. I pitched it around. All the studios said, "This is great, we love it, but we don't want to do genre stuff. We don't want to do original IP."
What?
So I've decided to go the indie route.
There you go.
And I've got a Kickstarter that's launching later this month. And so I'm here at Monsterpalooza trying to spread the word and, tell people about it. Maybe even recruit some of the actors that are here to do some of the voice acting.
Okay, so if some listeners go, "Oh, this guy, he's a real dude, and he knows about animation, and he wants to do this thing," where can they go? Where do they go to find out this information?
I'm on all social media. I have a link tree, so if you look me up, Paul Scarlata, SCARLATA. I'm on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, Blue Sky. So yeah, you can find me on all the main social media platforms. The Kickstarter pre-launch page will hopefully be launching this week. The full Kickstarter will hopefully be launching. I've scheduled myself for the 16th of June.
So how long does that go for then?
It's going to be a 30-day campaign. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to raise the money for the entire budget or if I'm going to do it in little chapters and release it on YouTube. Depends on how much interest I can generate. Because being an industry veteran doesn't necessarily mean I have a huge social media presence. So I've been trying to build that up, been trying to, spread the word about myself and my career and, spread the word about this project in particular.
And what is this project called?
Yeah, what is it
the name
about?
of this?
It's called the Van Helsing Society. It's a small town mystery. The basic story is a group of vampires have taken over a town and are using this town as their own personal farm. They have hypnotized the entire population, but it doesn't work on kids. And so the main character is a kid who's late to puberty, and so he's watching all his peers fall under the hypnosis of the vampires, and he himself is not. So he's got this unique view on what's happening in the town.
That's a great idea.
And so he sets on a mission to find out, what the mystery at the heart of the town is, and recruits his friends to help expel the evil from his town.
So he's late to puberty. Oh my God!
Speaking of trying to get through puberty,
I'm losing my voice. Sorry.
I know he's almost 60 and still
I'm there with
nothing.
you. I was a late bloomer myself, and I feel like I'm still in the maturing process.
That's a great fun concept, though, and I could see that as a live action film. That idea.
And I was deciding to go one way or the other, but since I have such a long history in animation,
I could see that. Yeah,
and decided to go that way. And there's not a lot of horror animation out there. I mean,
you're right. You're right.
There's some horror anime, but there's not a lot that's produced domestically here in the United States.
Right,
And like I said,
right.
none of the studios are interested in doing it.
Right.
So I'm hoping there's an untapped market.
And people ask, what's wrong with Hollywood?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, and there is animation that has horrific elements to it in a comedy way.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're doing here.
Right.
I love this idea.
Oh, thank you.
Because it's a perfect blend of what sounds like playing horror straight
Yes.
and an animated item that could bring the entire family to the screen.
Yes, it's aimed at it's a young adult audience, but I say it's young adult in the same way that say Stand By Me is young adult. The protagonists are kids, but the subject matter is more adult. The language is more adult.
Right.
More like a PG-13 kind of
like a PG-13.
Yeah, I can see that. That's perfect.
So
when you were growing up, you were like a monster kid, right?
Oh yes, yeah. I watched The Shining when I was 8 years old. I watched The Exorcist right after that, and ever since I've been a horror fan ever since.
There you go. That's how it happens. Yeah.
So raised on the classics.
This sounds so cool.
Van Helsing Society.
So again, where can people go to check this out to help you out?
I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. Let's see, where else am I?
Blue Sky?
I'm Blue Sky. Soon I'm going to be on Kickstarter, but if you look up either my name, Paul Scarlata, or the Van Helsing Society movie, you can find me under either of those.
Awesome.
Excellent, Paul.
Find it,
Thank you
folks.
so much.
Find it.
Yeah, find it.
Do yourself a favor.
Find
it.
We need to see this get made,
Yes.
don't we?
Yes,
Animated
we do.
horror.
Thank you.
Love
Yes, I appreciate you guys having me on and talking with me about it,
Absolutely.
and your excitement. I really
1 year
appreciate
from now, we hope that you're standing here with us telling us
Popping
about
champagne.
the production.
it. Yes, that's the dream and the goal, and I'm hoping to be able to raise the money to make it all happen.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks, Paul. Great job.
Thank you.
Woo-hoo. Nice.
Cheers, buddy. So you know how you're sitting here at the table and then all of a sudden, hey, Hey! This has been a running theme throughout the show, but we are here. We are lucky enough to have Allen Alvarado from Blast from the Past
Great
here
store.
at the table. One of our favorite stores in Los Angeles, maybe of all time for me.
Whoa.
Yeah, no,
That's high praise.
I love the place.
Wow.
Really. Because it's one-stop shopping. You get everything
right.
there. You get toys, you get posters.
Well, let's have him. I want to know what he says that they have there.
Was I really taking up that much time?
About 10 seconds.
Jesus. What's wrong? What's happened to you?
Nothing. I'm just as excited to have him here, too.
Okay. So, Alan, why don't you tell us a little bit about the place and what you do and the good you do?
The good. That's rough. Now I know you're mocking me. When I came up and you said, hey, I thought that was just you making fun of my voice again, like everybody else.
I love your voice.
Thank you. Wow. Well, Blast from the Past is a wonderful shop. I've been in Burbank now for 18 years, and they've got their location on Magnolia. This is their 10th year that they're going to be there, because they used to be on North Hollywood Way.
Right,
so
yeah.
my family and I used to walk by all the time, every food truck night that they had. So we were customers. We were just, patrons. And they called me on St. Patty's Day like 3 years ago, and they were like, we need employees. Will you please interview? And I was like, that's weird, because I only know poker, like 90s and forward. Like, I don't know anything vintage. And they were like, all right, come on in. So now I'm a manager there. But the
Nice.
good that we do, like you said, we've got everything. It's really rare to find a space that is huge, because this was an old bank building.
Yeah.
It was an old bank. It was an old Wilson's Leather. And even before that, which a lot of people don't know, it was a drive-through car wash.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the power structure in there, it can literally handle 480 volts, which is a very nerdy thing to like. But when you're trying to put a Red Bull mini fridge that drains 120, and you're like, do I want to shut the store down? It's really nice to know that you've got some cushion.
Yeah.
It's just got everything, man. I mean, in an age where you're seeing a lot of independent comic book shops that specialize in one niche,
Right.
they're going under, and it breaks my heart because we lost
Yeah.
Neil Adams, Krusty Bunkers.
Yeah.
There was the
Dark
break-in.
delicacies.
Yeah.
Dark Dell, which I mean, thankfully that was of his own volition.
Right.
Right,
He retired because he's been a cultural mainstay there for
Yes.
how long?
Absolutely.
So for us to be doing horror, superhero, comic books, Motu, TMNT, and then sci-fi. I mean, you've got everything. It's a real catch-all. Do you want me to hold?
No, but you have vintage stuff. You have cases and cases of vintage stuff.
They have vintage stuff. They have new stuff. They have posters. They have
We have some of
books.
Matt's stuff. We have some
I
of
brought some
Jason's
things in.
stuff.
Jason.
Basically, we're trying to get all of your stuff.
You can't have my
stuff.
You can't have my stuff.
No one
Okay.
wants your stuff.
No, people want my stuff.
Why are you
No.
I
screaming?
want
into
Larry's
the mic?
stuff.
Let
I want
me
Larry's
ask you.
stuff.
So you said when you started there, you're like you didn't know as much about the
No,
stuff
they-
past the '90s, but now since you've been there, have you been kind of schooled a bit on
I know a
old
little bit
earlier
more
stuff?
about stuff from
Okay.
before the night.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
No, I ended up carving out my own little niche because Pokemon has become vintage, and that's my bread and butter.
True.
So I do
okay.
kind of keep it a little modern, some of the anime, some of the Pokemon, but I have learned a lot more. What's weird is I learned backwards. So all these people
Right.
they've hired know vintage horror,
Right.
and they're obsessed because we do the horror trivia night every month from
That's right.
Dead
Yeah,
Right Horror
yeah.
Trivia.
You know, a good friend of mine who works at Amoeba, Jackie Greed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her boyfriend, they said they go there a lot. I
Exactly.
have to check it out. Do they still do the trivia?
Absolutely, yeah.
I
Dead
have to
Right
check it
still
out.
pops up every. I'm gonna get fired for not knowing this. I want to say every third Thursday of the month.
Okay.
But that's floating, like it moves.
Okay, right, yeah.
And they still do it. It's like 100 people packed into that
Wow.
store,
Wow.
and then you just pray the air conditioning works that day because everyone's really intensely thinking, and
Now,
they're
what
just like
kind of, is it trivia across the board, all eras?
all
Or-
horror,
Okay.
and it's like really weird stuff. They'll be like the license plate as the car's driving away at the end of Friday the 13th.
Oh wow!
No,
Okay,
And I'm like,
hardcore.
That's not. I don't know my license plate. Like I
Exactly,
just had
right.
to renew, and I had to
Wow.
go outside and check my car and be
Exactly,
like,
exactly,
I think it
yeah.
starts with a 7.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
It's a really
Okay.
great space, though.
If people wanted to, if they're hearing us now and they're saying, well, where is this place? How can they check out what Blast from the Past has? Is there a website or link? Tell us.
So if you grab your latest Yellow Pages, no,
Let your
if you
fingers
go
do the
ahead-
walking.
Yeah, we're at blastfromthepast .tv is our website. I run the Instagram, which is at BlastFTP.
Okay.
They're on Magnolia in Ontario, in Burbank. So if you go down that spooky strip, which has like Lucifer's Pizza, Mystic Museum, Halloween Town a little further down, it's like the Spookyville.
Cool.
It is.
We have a mural. You can't miss this building, right? What's the mural?
Are you coming for my job, Larry?
Maybe.
He's just losing his voice.
He's losing his voice.
No,
Oh, you're such a funny guy. But no, tell me that mural.
yeah, the mural, we had a local artist put it up, and it's got, I think it focuses mostly on sci-fi. It was a big deal because
I remember.
Mandalorian had just hit, and they were like, everybody loves Baby Yoda. Of
course.
And so he just started painting all kinds, and this was before I was there. So they've been doing a lot of this like pop culture, vintage, but also towing the line into the current stuff.
Nice.
Alan, you said that you have been acting for years since you were a little kid.
26 years. Yeah.
Wow. So what stuff? What like in
Any
what?
genre stuff? Any?
Give us some titles.
Never really been genre. I'm a bit nerdy. I grew out of it a little bit, but I was the kid who literally would take an encyclopedia to the toilet. So when it came to learning some of the like harder lines and just being the know-it-all, I was in that space for a bit. The first theatrical thing I did was a very little-known movie in Chicago, because that's where I'm from, called On the Line, with two of the guys from NSYNC. And they had a role for a 12-year-old. And the director had worked with me on a couple commercials. He was like, we need a 5-year-old. And they were like, a 5-year-old can't say, I think what your friend is trying to say is that you're suffering from classic psychosomatic communicative anxiety disorder.
Wow.
And he was like, no, this kid can do it. And so the producers are on set. They're like, yeah, okay, sure. And I hit the line. They were filming on the L train. So it was, and it wasn't just like you shake the train and make it look like it was actually on the L.
Wow.
So it was a tricky shot. And then I came out here after a couple years at the Goodman Theater, and then started doing a TV show called Flight 29 Down, which filmed in Hawaii. So we had 2 seasons in a movie, wrapped that, and then it's just been guest star work, co-star work, and whatever else you find piecemeal, as there are strikes happening all the time, and streaming services are starting to shake pilot season up. So, it's fun. I still stay involved with media, whether it's acting, writing, music, which I've started doing, and then working at Blast.
What kind of music?
Rock music.
Yeah,
Pure, straight emo rock music.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the only thing. I went to Musicians Institute, and I was that annoying kid who just played My Chemical Romance all the time.
I love 'em.
And everyone was like, why are you like this? Please go away. Please listen to Children of Bodom. Genting is cool. And I was like, guys, melody, please.
Now, James, you have been to Blast from the Past a couple times, right?
Yes, I have.
And what did you get from that place?
Well, it was like one of those special places. Like it was a place for me. You know.
It is. It's like it feels like a clubhouse.
Yeah, and there's something about being
Yeah.
surrounded with all this stuff that you love that's therapeutic.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like our barber shop.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
very well lit too.
It is. It is very
It is
well
like-
lit, and like it's got the huge industrial lights, and
Yes.
you see every piece of merchandise. Watching a first-time customer, or even watching someone who hasn't been there, because our stock shifts. We do buy a lot of independent collections, and that's kind of what makes us unique. Is because you can
New and
get,
old.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can get a lot of stuff from wholesale, and you can do. But we really try to keep horror in the wholesale department with like Trick or Treat and NECA, because those are 2 really great vendors
Yes,
that we
they
have
are.
a good relationship with. Our t-shirts and our posters, but everything else is independent. A lot of people from Burbank, a lot of people from Los Angeles are coming in, especially so close to the studios, and they're parting with literal treasure. So seeing people come in for the first time, it's like they're stepping into a clubhouse. Their eyes just widen. I'm watching these 60-year-old adults just stand up straight and like breathe in, and I'm like, yeah. I remember when I felt like that, and I'm just behind the 1974 cash register, just keying everything.
And that's why it's good to keep revisiting the store, because there's always going to be something new in there, right?
Always. There's always something. I mean, a lot of people, I've had people consign pieces that they've actually like painted, like models from the 1970s or 80s that they're like, yeah, I hand painted this, but it's just taking up space and collecting dust. So here you go. The owners, Larry and Kathy, are super cool. They will always work with consignment deals, pricing, and I think we're probably one of the most frequent acquirers of these kind of collections, because a lot of people don't have the budget. I mean, especially now, because it's just been crazy with what's happening even outside of just regular consumerism. can I say tariff with the
Yes, you
threat of
can.
it? Yeah,
Yeah, sure, sure.
I mean, the threat of it. We're in an era now where even the mention of a tariff or something can
Yes.
throw the stock market and people's
Yeah.
own personal economies
Which is
into
crazy.
shambles,
I
which
know.
is crazy.
Well, and I would think it would help to have people bringing in things from their collection. I know you guys have new product, but to have this constant revolving selection of older stuff also is a way of kind of avoiding some of the harm that the terrorists have done.
Yeah, we avoid a lot of that. We try to keep our prices on the regular stuff competitive, but it's the revolving door, like you said.
Yeah.
Having that and being able to just make do or even better with some of the old stuff. I mean, making old new again is such a weird concept to me when I stepped in. And now I'm like, no, that totally makes sense. Like, we're getting this 1960s piece, and people are coming in acting like it's the coolest thing they've ever seen.
Right.
Because it is.
You helped me complete my Aliens collection with my Hicks figure.
I did.
And
I
I've
did.
been
Nice.
looking for that forever, and there it is.
Yeah.
Perfect shape, the exact one that I wanted to. And
You
worked
found
with
it
me
at Blast
at
from the
Blast
Past.
from the Past, making dreams come true.
And I heard from Jason, this was something we were actually going to screw with you on, but you have this Dune sandworm that he has coveted for a very, very long time.
No, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
You coveted, and you had the Godzillas that he wanted.
What Godzilla?
The 15-piece model with like the Godzilla 15 little glow-in-the-dark looking ones that you ended up bringing to the store,
But
and
you know
he
what?
saw them.
I offered those to him.
What's wrong with
I
him?
don't know, Larry.
We had this issue
Wait,
with James.
Matt, is the Dune sandworm that
Yes.
my wife Gina has that Matt really wanted?
So we did this show called Collector's Call. Larry has done it, I've done it, Sean has done it. The last one was Sean's.
and Gina.
And Gina, his wife, who's fantastic. And so as part of the show, there's a moment where the person who's the expert will try to do a trade with you. And since we were additional guests, we were the ones that did the trade. And so Larry is there, and Larry wants Sean's glitter Godzilla
That's right.
from Godzilla vs. Destroyer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I had a good trade.
And you had a
Right,
good trade?
and I accepted his trade for some Space Academy figures.
Space Academy.
Hey,
Filmation.
that's great.
Trade goes well. Here here I come in. Here comes Muggins. I come in there and I've got my I know they love Buck Rogers. Got Buck Rogers 1/6 figure and some other stuff.
A Hedera figure.
Hedera figure, rare. And but what I don't realize is these are things that are all really pointed at Sean and not his wife. His wife owns the sandworm.
Uh-huh.
So what I want to trade you for is the sandworm thing. Shut me down immediately.
Oh my God.
Oh no. I think she even threw something at me on the show.
What was funny though, is
How dare you?
What was funny though, Lisa Wetchell, the host, looks at Matt and goes, "Why would you want that?"
Well,
He said it's a long story.
Feeling everyone has their reasons.
It can serve many uses.
Did you ever ascertain what Gina's thing was? Like, what could you trade her to get that?
I don't
Nothing,
think anything.
nothing.
I
She loves
realized
that
it was a
loves-
bad idea.
yeah.
I should have chosen
This was
something
the
else.
'80s line of the original. When David Lynch's Dune came out, these
Yeah.
are the toys based. Which at the time, that movie came out, it didn't do well. The
No.
toys came out, nobody bought them. They were on shelves forever and ever. And now that toy line is coveted to the point where I think Super 7 now even does new retro new versions of
Yep.
those toys from the '80s. It's crazy.
It's really funny to see that.
But they didn't do a sandworm.
Right, that's
which
right.
makes that toy very
I'll
desirable.
get it eventually.
That's right.
Eventually it'll make its way to
Maybe
my
it'll,
collection.
or maybe it'll show up one day at Blast from the Past,
It-
and
Ah.
you can get
It
That's right.
could. Before we wind this thing up, I would like to bring up a movie that we were talking about before you went on the air.
Yep.
Because I asked you what horror movies that you like, and you said a lot of them don't scare me. But the one I do like is The Descent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, James does not care for The Descent because somehow the people in it aren't as smart as he is.
I just felt like the whole thing, I know where this is going. I think these women are idiots for going down the tunnel. When you're thinking thoughts like that going in, you know it's a losing battle.
in fairness, James, there are people who want to go mountain climbing. There are people that want to go scuba diving.
Or spelunking.
These were very adventurous women who want to go, hey, let's check out these
I thought
caves.
they came across as very smart.
I was just like,
interesting
don't go
characters.
in the cave. Just go drive home. I mean,
So because you wouldn't go spelunking, it's a shitty movie.
It already disqualifies it.
Yes.
And by
Right,
the
right.
way, I love it when people say this. I love it when people go, you just saw it coming. Like you saw, yeah, so when in Halloween, you're like, I know he's going to kill someone.
Yeah.
That
It
guy's
ruins
not
it.
right.
That Star Wars film. Oh, then what's the
I
point?
bet there's
We're
gonna
going to
be
blow that up.
lasers.
Yeah.
They're gonna have beam swords.
I'll bet there's
yeah.
going to be a
It's like,
couple more robots.
I'm out. I'm just out. That's
No,
it.
see,
you
The
know.
Descent was a cool one for me, and I know a lot of horror films, especially the ones that I'm watching, because like I said, I know it from the consumer standpoint. A lot of people hype it up. A lot of people like to there's an action figure of this guy. It must be the coolest thing. So when it's overhyped and it
It was to me
and
somewhat
at a
my
fundamental level, you
Yeah.
and I are never going spelunking. I understand
You're
that.
right.
That's not happening.
We agree on that.
Kind of like
I think we should go spelunking though, James.
Have fun.
that'd be a fun episode for you guys.
Let me know how it goes.
Well, this has been great.
This has been.
This has really been great. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. Alan, thank you so much for being with us. And again, for people who are tuning in, where can they find your store?
Going to be Magnolia and Ontario in Burbank, California. We're called Blast from the Past. It's 3117 West Magnolia Boulevard, 91505.
Awesome.
And I appreciate the James and the Giant Peach reference. Because it's also a Randy Newman reference. So
Nice.
See, now
and
we're
we're
all, now we're
now we're
friends
all
again.
friends
Yay! Oh boy, that's just like it's so
It's
great. You're
exhausting.
talking about hey, look who we have here.
Man. Who do we have here?
Hi, my name's Josh. I'm with Anchor Bay Entertainment. Remember them?
I
Anchor Bay.
love
Talk
Anchor
about
Bay.
the beginnings of my obsessive DVD collection.
Yes.
Collecting genre films, obscure movies. You guys kind of were one of the companies that started that for me.
Yeah. And where are they now? They're right here.
That's
They're
right.
right.
So what
here.
happens is Lionsgate bought Stars, who owned Anchor Bay,
Right.
and then Lionsgate just they kind of came along with them. They dragged them. Stars like, can we bring our little brother Anchor Bay? And they're like, yeah, but your brother's gonna hang out in the basement and shit, and we're gonna lock the door, and we're not gonna feed him. And so we found out that they didn't. They didn't do anything with it. They didn't relicense the trademark or anything like that. And my buddy bought it. We bought the trademark.
Nice.
So
Fantastic.
we're rebranding it.
So I was going to say, my understanding is that before that, Anchor Bay kind of went away for a while. And
Well,
then,
no, I think when Stars bought it, they were trying to do some weird shit. They were just releasing like talking dog movies and like documentaries on like workout videos and stuff like that.
Right. But now, okay. But
Yeah.
but as
And
far
so
as
now
like
we have
genre
about 6
content,
movies.
vintage horror and sci-fi, you guys are kind of getting back into that
Yes.
now?
So we're distributing. We got a bunch of new movies coming out. One of them's like Dinner with Leatherface about Gunnar Hansen.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Abruptio, it's a puppet horror movie that has Jordan Peele voices it.
Nice.
Robert Englund, Hannah Mae Lee. And then Crust, which is Sean Whalen, wrote and directed. He's from People Under the Stairs.
Nice.
Jeffrey Daniel Phillips did Kirsten Baja. He's Herman Munster and Rob Zombie Munster.
Okay. Great.
So, we're compiling a pretty good collection of movies to come out of the gate
That's
with.
cool.
But yeah,
That's great
so-
because I mean, like I said, you guys part
All
of
of
my
us fans.
my collecting life.
Yeah.
Well, and that we're doing a lot of physical media, and we're doing something called Undiscover Gems. So it's like movies that weren't quite released, and we're doing. It's called what's it called? Outlaw Justice with Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson. So we're re-releasing some of those kind of titles,
Right.
And then we're just filmmakers that like do underground stuff. We have a
love
little
that.
collection there. But yeah, we're telling everybody. And Tom Zambek, who bought the name, who found he was like, I was like, how did you even find out that this was like available? He was just searching, and he got his start in working for Anchor Bay 'cause he's from
okay.
Michigan. So he used to be filling their water coolers, and now he owns the new Anchor Bay.
Wow, that's awesome.
Okay, so when people are listening to this and they go, Anchor Bay, wait a minute, where were they? So where can they go now to check out Anchor Bay stuff then?
Anchor Bay Entertainment is our website. We have all of our movies and Blu-rays and merchandise on there. But also, like you guys, we have a podcast.
Oh,
It's called
nice.
The Plank. And
Plank.
Anchor Bay, The Plank. And so, like, any of the movies that we're releasing, we have a guest on that it has something to do with it.
Oh, cool.
Right?
That's
Whether
awesome.
it's an actor, a writer, director. Daniel Roebuck was on it.
Nice.
We loved
We love Daniel.
Yeah, Dan, he's here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was right out there. So Daniel Roebuck, we had Jeff Daniel Phillips, Hannah Mae Lee, We're trying to get Bruce Campbell on because he's in Dinner with Leatherface. He's obviously a big Anchor
Nice.
Bay.
That's great.
So is that like you have somebody on, you make them walk the plank? Is that the idea?
Well, that was originally my idea. I wanted to do because it's Anchor Bay, so we
Sure.
the inside is like a ship. So
Right,
like
it's a pirate ship.
it's like you're inside of a pirate ship, like an old ship.
That's cool.
So that's kind of like what our set looks
I
like.
love it. Any company that champions the more obscure stuff, the the underrated stuff, the stuff that a lot of people don't know about. That's
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
because physical media. I'm telling you, I'm a big fan now more than ever. I mean,
think so.
Streaming is so more and more unreliable.
Yeah.
And I want things to hold.
And we kind of want content to. I think you find more, no offense, but more crappy movies streaming because they don't have to put too much effort into the release of it. You're not gonna take a really, really bad low budget movie and put it in like a tin,
deluxe Blu-ray.
Deluxe Blu-ray.
Right,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. So
and the commentaries, because that's what really got me with Anchor Bay. The best commentaries ever.
Yes.
And I still have all those discs.
Me too. And Monster Party, we have done as Monster Party several commentaries for a bunch of Blu-rays.
Oh, you have?
Yes, for classic movies, The Alligator People, The Vengeance of She.
These movies right here.
We
I was looking at
are
those.
into commentaries as well.
Awesome.
Because we know our shit.
Well, I just ran into one of the puppeteers on the Abruptio movie we released, and he busted my balls because he wasn't on the comments. He didn't get. He's like, I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know you. Like, that movie took 8 years to make, so a lot of things happened. But he's like, I should have been on the commentary. Next time.
Yeah,
Part
that's
two.
awesome.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great. I mean, and I'm so glad that Anchor Bay is back. So
Yeah.
please continue to do what you guys are doing. And again, one last time, if someone wants to check out Anchor Bay, where do they go?
AnchorBayEntertainment.com, and then the Plank Podcast. That's our podcast.
Awesome.
Any Instagram or on Instagram as well.
Where
and all
good
that stuff.
podcasts are found.
Awesome,
Yes.
man. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
so much.
Thanks
Thank you.
for Hi, yeah. Cheers.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. Another Monster
I just passed a
Palooza.
Monsterpalooza.
Another.
What a weight lifted.
Don't you feel
Another
better now?
amazing Monster Palooza.
Fantastic.
Man.
I loved it.
That's awesome.
Loved it.
And I don't know about you guys. I mean, this was full of so many highlights. There are
Yes.
great moments. We interviewed a lot of fantastic people. But, one thing I didn't get to tell you guys, I did have a brief moment with the two lovely ladies from Watchmen.
Yes. The film,
Gugino
yeah.
and Malin Ackerman. But the funny thing is, I wanted to meet these women so badly, and I'm in that line. And of course, guys, it was the quickest thing. It was like, okay, we're next. I'm going, I see him, hi, turn here. I turn, smile, smile, hi, click. And as I'm walking away, I'm all, the podcast. I love you. I love you. No, I'm only Monster Party podcast. It's like, they gave a great smile. It's like, I wanted to say, hey, Monster Party podcast, but it was great to meet them briefly.
I give you kudos for trying.
Yes.
Yes. That was
Yes.
that was loads of fun. I picked up a couple items. I got a Great little Mecha Godzilla on a tricycle.
Yeah.
Did you guys pick up some things?
I of course I picked up a couple Blu-rays, which I always love to do, and that's about it. I did get some horror themed coffee too, because Witch's Blood, red velvet cake flavored coffee, which my wife and I had already.
She sounds good.
No, it's delicious.
it sounds
it's,
good.
It's delicious. It's delicious. We'll make some for you the next time you're over.
Please don't.
James, did you pick up anything?
Yeah, there was a vendor here called Asylum Zone that makes like kind of quirky, creepy things that were in the museum last year. And this year they were selling a bunch of fun items, and the one I picked up was, the bear costume guy in The Shining?
Yes.
Oh my God. He had a furry, like a teddy bear of it. So
Awesome. That's so cool.
But you have to explain the special feature.
Well, the special feature is it has one of those buttons in the back where you can undo the flap and see the butt.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
So
That's great.
he made a point of making sure I had one with a nice clean butt.
Where are you going to put that?
Where do you think?
Shining themed shelf.
Yes, it's going to be in a Shining theme shelf. Exactly.
Very good.
And Matt,
Very
did you pick up some goodies?
Well, I got free stuff like all of us.
Isn't that the
which
greatest?
Was
Yeah.
always good. And then I got a lot of birthday presents and Christmas presents.
Oh,
and
yes.
We'll talk more about that
That's
later.
another- yeah.
Yes.
But
fun.
I did buy one thing just now, my only real purchase, and I bought a Young Ones T-shirt. Because I love the Young Ones, and I've looked online for shirts. I have
That horror classic, The Young Ones.
the horror classic, The Young Ones. And, well, they did do a Halloween episode
That's right,
that
which is
features
hilarious.
a vampire and one of my favorite bands of all time, The Damned.
That's right.
And so I had this great T-shirt that was that Halloween episode. It was themed with that, but this is just the regular cast, and I love it. I'm very happy with it, and so, but I have to thank you guys. I mean, really, Monsterpalooza is great, but the stuff that you guys gave me this weekend, there's nothing here that could top it.
No.
And topping all the things that you gave me, number one, your friendship.
Oh.
That's right. That's right.
Well, you know, one thing I've really enjoyed being here. This is our 6th time here at Monsterpalooza.
Is it
Right.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's funny. It's like at the end of every show, I seem to be losing my voice and stuff. You know, I do a lot of talking, but you know, I'm always trying to do something to kind of liven things up, to make us like stand out. So, you know, like you said, I've got this sparkly Vegas jacket. Well, believe it or not, Matt, and I have a witness. I was sitting here, I was talking to James, and this man kind of walked by, and he stopped and he turned, and then he came over and he looked and he picked up a flyer. He goes, "Oh, well, what is this?" And we started to talk to him.
Right,
and stuff. And he goes, "Gosh, I got to check out this Monster Party thing." And he goes, "You know, honestly, I was just going to walk by, but I saw your sparkly jacket."
See?
It was the sparkly jacket that did it.
And he took a picture of us and a selfie with us.
Take that.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, you know what? When you guys weren't here, there was a group of, I think, 20 to 30 people that came by, and they all looked at the Christmas tree lights, and they went, "What sort of crazy merriment is happening over there?"
See?
And I said, "Well, it's a Monster Party." And they looked at some flyers, and they went, "This doesn't seem like anything I would enjoy," and then moved on.
Oh.
So, but James got him over here, and then I creeped him out.
Well, look. We may not be for everybody, but there are people who love us. They love what we have to talk about. And look, we have lots of fun doing it. You
And
know?
you know, yeah, and I actually think we're going to get a lot more viewers or listeners this time because a lot of people came by like, "What is this?" And we told them they're like genuinely interested. You know, I mean that always happens every time we attend.
Now, you may poke fun at my obsession with food at various places, but I have to tell you this. When I was waiting in line at the snack bar, lots of our flyers were on a little table right by the snack bar. Everybody was picking them up.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, sometimes, you know, hunger
Yes.
and a hunger for good entertainment
Yes.
can go together.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
I stand corrected.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing up food items on our Monster Party
only
podcast.
helping. That's all I do. Yes. So, wow, this is how it's going to end, huh?
Yeah.
Just like just peter out, kind of. All right, well.
I don't think we're
anyway.
Peter. You want to go out on you want to go out on a high note? You wanna
Keep America strong.
Okay, this is great. Well, hopefully, listeners, you had a good time listening to all the amazing people that we spoke
Yes,
with
we had a great time.
here at
for certain.
Monsterpalooza.
Epic.
Yeah, no, it was great. And the conversations that we had with people,
Yeah.
so good.
I mean,
So-
this convention basically was made for us.
Yes.
pretty much.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, on that note, I am Matt Weinhold.
I'm Sean Sheridan.
I'm Larry Stroth.
And I'm James Gonis.
Keep America strong.
And attend horror conventions.
Especially Monsterpalooza.
Because that's where we are.
Before Alan leaves, I understand that you're a big fan of The Descent. My daughter just came up. Hey, Kathy, what did you think of that movie, The Descent?
I loved it. It's one of my. I think it's one of my favorite movies. Yeah. It's in like the top 10, I think.
Top 10.
Yeah.
For like gory horror
Like gnarly,
movies.
scary,
It's
knuckle
women,
horror.
and they're explorers.
I like it. It's just I really like the idea. It's really scary. It's just horrible. I don't like being claustrophobic, so it does its job. It scares you. I like that there are no men in it, and
Me too.
I love that it's just girls.
So if someone were to say, "Oh, that's not realistic," you think that they're full of hooey, right?
Well,
Hooey.
okay, well, not realistic as in like.
Look, I'm not.
Creatures?
Look, I'm not saying it's not realistic or anything. It didn't work for me. That's all. I didn't like it.
So you didn't like it?
I didn't like it. No, I will never
Okay.
like it.
Why? But everything else is fine.
Not everything.
You like every other movie.
So when you see
only
girls,
movie.
a bunch of girls in a claustrophobic cave, like
I saw what was
keep being
coming.
killed,
I
that-
thought they were all idiots for going down there, and I was just shouting at the screen. Just
okay,
go,
so-
drive away.
so-
Look, what are you doing? Don't go there.
Don't lower that rope.
And they
Just
went
that
there, and then
movie.
I was
So
just
you
like,
know what? You women, don't go in there.
So what you're saying is that you hate women.
Why do you
Is that
hate
what I
women?
hear?
I was just.
Can we just take the shovel out of James' hand, please? Can we just cut this? He is digging so deep at this point.
I respect women, and I was trying to warn them.
Just say you
don't
hate
go in the
women. Just say
tunnel.
you hate
Defend
women.
women.
You
Yeah.
hate when women are in horror.
Don't go in the
He's
tunnel.
overprotective of
I was
women.
trying to save them. I was trying to give them better advice.
They don't need to be saved.
Oh.
They can make their own decisions. If they want to go into a cave
Their
and get
decision
murdered,
was the wrong one.
feminism, they should have the right to do so.
Oh.
Did they get murdered? Yes.
Well-
but that's okay.
I guess.
Well, this has been
But
great.
in fairness,
I am woman. Watch me die.
Oh no! Spoiler: they die.
Oh.
But in fairness, it's not like there are like creatures in there.
Yes,
Those
there are.
creatures are doing their natural
Really
habitat
cool
thing.
creatures.
Okay.
I'm just saying it is a great movie.
I was rooting
Sorry.
for everyone.
Yes.
It's just great movie.
Period.
Yeah, that's it. Period.
Well, Kathy, thank you so much for explaining that.
Setting us straight.
Maybe James will give it a second look.
No,
what,
he
what do you
won't.
think?
No, he won't.
I think James needs to watch it again, but maybe a glass of wine, maybe relax a little bit.
A little.
It's
Put
going to
yourself in the space, like
Some
wear a
ice
headlamp and
cream.
put yourself in the space of a spelunker.
take a lot more than wine.
Or do you know what? You go to Sean's, you have a little
Of the reefer.
Yeah, a little edible
Hey,
thing.
you want
over
to talk
here.
about a movie I do love? It's Nosferatu, the new one. I think that movie
Oh,
is
for God's
fantastic.
sake, I'm out of here.
Such a-
I am
there's
out
a-
of here.
There's a guy going around and he's dressed as Nosferatu and he looks very, very beautiful. I love Nosferatu.
The new one.
Both versions, but I love the new one a lot. I thought, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Talk about
Jump into Sean now.
not scary. Leslie Nielsen
No, I
in
like to-
Dracula Dead and Loving It is scarier than Skarsgård's Nosferatu.
So you hate
pretentious.
women.
Why do you
So
hate
you
women,
hate
Sean?
Pretentious.
horror?
I hate vampires.
Oh,
no, I
okay.
don't. I hate that vampire.
let's
God forbid
let's
a girl
wave at
likes a
Alan as he
vampire that's
scurries out
stalking her. I mean,
while
that's
the
everyone's
parents
fantasy.
fight.
Well, you know what? We could go on and on, and
We
this
could.
has been
We could.
great.
On that note, I am Matt Weinhold.
I'm Sean Sheridan.
I'm Larry Stroth.
And I'm James Gonis.
Keep America strong. Sorry.
And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, James. I can't. It was too funny. It got me right in my funny place.